wind out the 2012 season. The Mustangs will hit the road Thursday playing this Erie Ball Club. And then 2 to go with Roosevelt to close things out for the 2012 season. Ball put in play to shortstop. Thrown across in time for the out. Base runner moves up 90 feet to third. Mustangs here in the top of the first inning have 1 out on that ground out. Fielded cleanly by Fitzsimmons on to first in time to Anderson as the base runner moves up 90 feet now to third base, Dylan Ryder. Things moving quickly here this afternoon as the game started a little bit early.
Hey, David, win this one yourself, buddy.
Misael Franco at third base. Haven't seen him there recently. Left-handed pitcher on the mound for this Tigers ball club today. Works the outside part of the plate very well, as you heard Coach Langford discuss. As the Mustangs look to try to change up some things offensively to counter that attack, as the first pitch to the third hitter in the lineup, Ryan Fesmore, is taken for a ball. A 1-0 pitch called a strike as the count's 1-1 on the 3-hole hitter in the lineup for the Tigers. Tigers' Dylan Ryder led off with a walk. Zach Woodruff grounded out to short. 1-1 pitch hit sharply to left center over Nick Garver's head. It's going to be a ground rule double. It'll be a run scored for the Tigers to start things off here in their top half of the first inning. On the RBI ground rule double by their catcher, Ryan Fesmeyer. Dylan Ryder led things off with a walk. The ground out, Zach Woodruff. Mustangs got the first out this inning. Fesmore's ground rule double puts the Tigers up a run. Tyler Lee now steps in, the left-handed hitting center fielder. Taylor Dudley, playing right field, is now on deck. Caleb Kreitz, the first baseman, 6th in the lineup. Kyle Leahy, the shortstop, batting 7th. Connor Conolog, the DH, batting 8th. And then Dylan Brink will be out in left field, batting 9th. Colton Brink will be playing second, but hit for by the DH. First pitch, swinging. Hit sharply left side by cleanup hitter Lee. Not handled well by Godo. He'll score easily from second on the RBI single, and Erie's in business here early. After the RBI double and now RBI single, Erie leads the Mustangs in this top half of the first inning, 2-0. T.O. Charlie's. See T.O. Charlie's today for a great used car or truck. If you don't see what you want on the lot, they'll find it for you. 700 West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan. Mendez working from the stretch. First pitch on its way is another left-handed hitter here for the Tigers to throw over to first. Nothing doing. As the Mustangs trail here early in the top half of the first inning, 2-0 to the visiting Erie Tigers. Erie 4-4 in Tri-Valley League play. The Mustangs 8-2 sit in second place. As the 1-0 pitch taken for a ball. Ball 2. 2-0 the count on the 5th hitter in the lineup. Taylor Dudley. Tyler Lee is on first base after his RBI single. Mustangs in a jam here early. As the 2-0 pitch misses high and outside. Ball 3. Runner at first base off the bag, held on by Aaron Anderson. A long check by Mendez. Now a throw over. Back easily is Lee. B106.com. You can follow us all season long, pitch by pitch, as you listen to us, wherever it is you have internet. Cell phone, home computer. B106.com. Click on the appropriate Mustang baseball link. Follow us pitch by pitch. As the 3-0 pitch taken for a strike, taking all the way. The left-handed hitter, Taylor Dudley. Counts now 3-1, 1 out. Top of the first inning, Mustangs trail early, 2-0. Mendez sets, 3-1 pitch. Fouled off right side as the count fills up. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The on-deck hitter, Caleb Kreitz. Mustangs controlled the base running game all season long of their opponents, picking runners off. Had the chance here in the first, but Mendez, in an attempt to get the runner going, was called for a balk. Put the leadoff hitter on second. He moved up 90 feet on the ground out. First run was scored on the ground rule double, and first pitch swinging was Lee to pick up the second run of the inning as he steals second base, but be null and void on ball 4. As runners now on first and second for the Erie Tigers. And that'll bring up the sixth hitter this inning, Caleb Kreitz. Kreitz, a right-handed bat. Really, really windy here this afternoon as we got set to get underway, but the wind's calmed down, the sun's back out. It's a beautiful morning. Turned cloudy and windy, but the sun's back out, the wind's calmed down as first pitch is taken for a ball by Caleb. Mendez 6-1 this year, very much in control of what he's doing late on the mound. Came in Thursday in that big ball game against Sterling, got the save. Not typical of David here to be in the trouble he's in this early in the baseball game as the 1-0 pitch called for a strike inside part of the plate. Caleb Kreitz doesn't even offer at the pitch as things even up. 1 ball, 1 strike. 1 out, top of the first. Erie leads Fort Morgan 2-0 as Mendez sets. Fitzsimmons jockeying with the runner out at second. Mendez delivers. Pitch is swung on and fouled straight back. Counts now 1 ball, 2 strikes. The runner at second had an aggressive secondary lead. The runner at first was going on what looked to be a straight steal. I'm not sure if the runner at second or the runner at first. Not sure which one missed the sign, but only one of those 2 runners was going. As the pitch was fouled off straight back. Mendez way ahead here. 1 ball, 2 strikes with 1 out. Top of the first inning. As he sets, delivers the 1-2 pitch. Fastball again fouled off. Into one of the passing train cars is count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. B&B Appliance, 502 Ensign, downtown Fort Morgan, place to shop for all your appliance needs. B&B Appliance, member of the Brand Source Retail Program. Fitzsimmons again out at second, throw over, got the runner picked off at second base. Fitzsimmons has him in a rundown. Misael Franco will tag him out. That'll be the second out this inning on the pickoff play. It'll go 1-6-5 in the books on the pickoff attempt. As just discussed, the Mustangs all season long have picked runners off and on base. As the runner moves up 90 feet from first to second, Mustangs now have 2 outs in this first inning. They do trail 2-0 as Mendez comes set. 1-2 pitch. Breaking ball misses just high. Ball 2 as the count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Lucky 2s on the scoreboard for the Mustangs in this first inning. 2 runs already across for Erie. As Mendez sets his 2-2 pitch. Fastball again fouled off into the screen. As Caleb Kreitz does well to stay alive. On deck hitter Kyle Leahy, shortstop for the Tigers. Tosses back in the baseball. Mendez entering today's game 6-1 with a 1.89 ERA. Not typical of David to give up these kind of runs. Leadoff hitter got on a walk, moved over on the balk. The ground rule double scored the first run. And the prompt single that followed put Erie up early in this baseball game as the 2-2 pitch misses high and outside, or high and inside. That curveball over the head of the right-handed batter, Caleb Kreitz, as the count's now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the first inning as Mendez sets, delivers, payoff pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. That'll do it for the Tigers in the top half of the first, but not before they score 2 runs. They lead Fort Morgan 2-0. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com. Back here at Eddie Underwood Field, Fort Morgan, Colorado, where the Mustangs trail early 2-0. Erie scoring 2 in the top half of the first as the Mustangs look to answer. So we head to the bottom half of the second inning. David Mendez will lead things off, followed by Matt Godo. And due up third this inning, Aaron Anderson. The rest of the Mustangs starting lineup. Cole Frisbee will clean things up. Batting fourth, DHing. Michael Fitzsimmons, the shortstop, bats fifth. Nick Garver, the center fielder, batting sixth. Nate Alexander due up seventh. Justin Flug catching, batting eighth. Misael Franco in the ninth spot, playing third base. Ulysses Hernandez out at second base, but being hit for by Cole Frisbee, the DH, as David Mendez takes ball 1. Tall left-handed arm as the 1-0 pitch. Fastball outside part of the plate, called a strike. 1-1 the count. Coach Langford discussed it as I had the chance to interview him. Tigers pitcher here Zach Woodruff's going to be working on the outside part of the plate. Mustangs need to do a good job of getting on the inside part of that plate, crowding it and giving themselves the opportunity to drive the baseball the other way as the 1-1 pitch is missed and called a ball. 2-1 pitch taken by Mendez for a strike inside part of the plate as the count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Bottom of the first inning, just underway here at Eddie Underwood Field for Morgan, Colorado. Erie on the road this afternoon, taking on the hometown Mustangs as the 2-2 pitch misses. A breaking ball high and outside, ball 3. The count is now full on the leadoff hitter for the Mustangs, David Mendez. Mendez a big week last week. A win against Sterling, 2-run home run that turned out to be the difference in the baseball game, and then finished things off with the save. Starts things off here a little shaky this afternoon, giving up 2 runs in the first inning, but he just draws ball 4. As the Mustangs look to respond and answer, Mendez, the leadoff batter, on base with the walk. As Matt Godo steps in for the Mustangs after Coach Josh Langford, the Mustangs head baseball coach, runs through a series of signs. Assistant coach Steve Hale down the line at first. The left-hander sets, delivers, fastball way outside, ball 1 to Matt Godo. Godo entering the game today, batting .450. As he sets to receive the left-hander's 1-0 pitch. Long look over at first. Fastball inside part of the plate, called for a strike. As things even up on Matt Godo, 1 ball, 1 strike. It's turned out to be a beautiful afternoon. Wind, a slight breeze straight away from home plate to center field. The 1-1 pitch to Godo, taken high, a curveball, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike on Matt Godo, out in left field this afternoon for the Mustangs. Godo started that game on Thursday against Sterling before Ulysses Hernandez came in for a brief stint, and then Mendez closed things out. Is 2-1 pitch, a good cut by Godo, fouled straight back. Just a little bit behind that fastball, but a great cut. As the count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mustangs on a 6-game winning streak. 8-2 in Tri-Valley League play. As they look to close things out on a bit of a run here, as they've got Erie 2 games this week, start a series with Roosevelt on Saturday, and wrap up their season before the playoffs next Tuesday. Mendez in motion there and running, but Godo fouls the pitch straight back. As the count remains 2 balls, 2 strikes, Mendez has to retreat back to first. The Denver Post coming out with their weekly high school baseball rankings yesterday, is the Mustangs in 4A competition currently ranked 8th in the state. Northridge, the only team better than them in Tri-Valley League play, sits in the 7th position. As Godo again fights the pitch off, this time down the right field line and foul, as Godo's making Woodruff here work a little bit. Good job by Godo, able to put that baseball the other way. Big gap opened up on the right center side of the field. Mendez off the bag at first. Woodruff sets. The left-hander delivers. Hit weakly left side to the shortstop. Mendez just barely is forced out on the 6-4 putout. That ball taking the shortstop well to his right. That pitch got in on the hands of Godo just a little bit. Mendez working quickly. As the Tigers just able to force out Mendez at second, and that's going to bring up Aaron Anderson. Aaron Anderson, 3 intentional walks in the last baseball game on Thursday against Sterling. As he steps in, the left-handed hitter against the left-handed pitcher. Big cut by Anderson, comes up empty as he swings and misses at strike 1. Anderson playing first base today. Recent weeks and games, we've seen him down the line at third as the 0-1 pitch, a big cut, breaking ball. Anderson pulls off that pitch a little bit, comes up empty, and he's quickly behind. No balls, 2 strikes. Godo on first base after the fielder's choice. 1 out, bottom of the first inning. Erie leads Fort Morgan 2-0 as the 0-2 pitch misses well outside. Count evens up, 1 ball, 2 strikes on Aaron Anderson. As the left-hander Zach Woodruff comes to the set. 1-2 pitch. Fastball in the dirt, ball 2. Count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Good job by the catcher, Ryan Fesmeyer. Keep that baseball in front. Godo not able to go anywhere as he has to stay put on the first base bag. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the first inning as the left-hander winds up, delivers. Anderson on the hit and run, hits it left side. Shortstop breaking to cover the bag. Godo's going to go first to third. He was in motion on the pitch. Anderson's going to have the single. Mustangs in business with runners now at first and third, and it's bottom half of the first inning with 1 out. Godo running on the pitch. Shortstop moving to cover the bag. Anderson doing a good job hitting the ball the other way. Nobody within a mile of getting that baseball as Anderson's on with the single. And Godo goes first to third. Mustangs now with 2 runners on, 1 out as Cole Frisbee steps in. Frisbee, the left-handed hitting DH here this afternoon. He takes the breaking ball outside, ball 1. Frisbee, the ability to hit the ball to all parts of the field. We've seen him drive the ball left center to right center as he sets to receive the 1-0 pitch. Again, a breaking ball outside part of the plate. Pitch taken for a strike. Good approach by Frisbee. That's not a pitch he's able to drive as he takes and spits on the 1-0 pitch. Counts now 1 ball, 1 strike on Cole Frisbee. Today's DH for the Mustangs. As the left-hander Woodruff, a long check of the runners. 1-1 pitch, fastball down and outside, ball 2. Good fastball by Zach Woodruff, the Erie Tigers pitcher. Not overpowering is Woodruff, but throws the ball well, decent velocity. Locates the baseball, as from what we've seen here early on, very well. As his 2-1 breaking ball misses outside, ball 3 to Frisbee. Frisbee 1 spot, 1 speed here with the count 3-1. Looking for a pitch he can drive, something to the outfield to pick up the runner at third in Godo. Anderson off the bag at first. Not easy over there to run as a base runner with the left-hander on the mound as Frisbee takes a big cut. 3-1, comes up empty as the count's now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes on the Mustangs cleanup hitter Cole Frisbee. Mendez reaching on the walk, forced out on the 6-4 putout. Godo reaching on the fielder's choice. Anderson's single is where we set as Frisbee 3-2 pitch up and inside, misses. Delayed steal at first base. Runner coming from third in Godo as the Mustangs run themselves out of this first inning. As Aaron Anderson running on the delayed steal. Godo releasing and running from third to throw back from the shortstop to the catcher in time for the final out of the inning, and that'll do it for the Mustangs in the first. We head to the top of the second. Erie 2, Fort Morgan nothing. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com. Top of the second inning, Josh Miller, Eddie Underwood Field, Fort Morgan Baseball on a Tuesday afternoon. Home game for the Mustangs. As the first pitch misses to Kyle Leahy, ball 1. Left-handed hitter is Leahy, their shortstop. Ending things for the Mustangs in the bottom of the first inning. Anderson on the delayed steal. Catcher's throw down to Mr. Leahy. Throw quickly returned back to the plate as Godo was running from third. And with that said, counts now 2-0 on Leahy as he takes the 2-0 pitch for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike. Ingmeyer Phillips Insurance, locally in Fort Morgan and Brush, offers home, health, auto, farm, business, and workers' compensation insurance. Ingmeyer Phillips. 2-1 pitch. A breaking ball. Doesn't miss by much. As the count moves 3 balls, 1 strike. Mendez hasn't established he can locate the baseball yet this afternoon. The umpire not rewarding him yet at this point as he's going to need to get in the strike zone consistently. As he winds up, 3-1 pitch. Fastball hit weakly right side. Charging is Hernandez, flipped on to first in time to Anderson for the out. Mustangs start the second off with the 4-3 putout. First inning getting a little bit away from them as leadoff walk, then the balk. And an RBI double followed by an RBI single has the Erie Tigers leading here early in this baseball game, 4-3. 2-0 is the score. 4-3 on the putout. As a big right-handed bat, Connor Kniglog steps in. As ball 1 on the first pitch, the 1-0 breaking ball called and taken for a strike. Things even up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Big right-handed bat. On deck for the Tigers, Dylan Brink. As the 1-1 pitch, a fastball just misses inside part of the plate. Ball 2. Platte Valley Hearing Center, 409 East Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan, getting your hearing to its very best. Mendez's 2-1 pitch, a fastball right down Broadway, taken for a strike. Count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Mendez, not too many bad innings this season. Not that the first was a bad inning, just one you don't expect to see from the Mustangs starting pitcher, as Erie's able to score 2. That 2-2 pitch is belted but foul as Conolog stays alive. Connor Conolog, the big right-handed batter. 2-2 the count. Mendez winds up, delivers, swung on and missed, strike 3. Second strikeout this baseball game for Mendez. He's got a bunch of them this season. He's established he's able to throw the baseball and get guys out on his own. Mendez coming in on Thursday to get the save. Threw about 3 pitches as hard as I've seen him throw all year long. Radar gun had him at 87 miles an hour. As we've got 2 outs in this top of the second. Dylan Brink steps in, takes the first pitch for a ball. Name sounds familiar. We saw him on the basketball court earlier this winter, and 1-0 pitch misses to Brink. Counts now 2 balls, no strikes. Dylan Brink, the 9th hitter in the lineup for the Tigers. And then back to the top as the 2-0 pitch misses again. Not by much. Looked like it was right at the knees on the inside part of the plate, but umpire says ball 3 as the 3-0 pitch taken for a strike. As Mendez works and battles back into this count. Mustangs playing straight away on defense. Godo, Garver, Alexander in the outfield as the 3-1 pitch misses inside, ball 4 to Brink. That'll be the base runner on for the Tigers here with 2 outs. Misael Franco, Fitzsimmons, Ulysses Hernandez, Aaron Anderson around the diamond for the Mustangs. Flug, Justin Flug behind the plate, and David Mendez on the mound. As the leadoff hitter, Dylan Ryder, steps in. Second at bat this afternoon, takes ball 1. Ryder reaching on the walk in his first at bat. Mendez's breaking ball misses as the count's now 1 ball, no strikes. Mendez sets, check of the runner Brink at first. 1-0 pitch in the dirt, collected well by Justin Flug. Flug thought about a throw down to first, then thought otherwise as he gives the ball back up to Mendez. 2 balls, no strikes is the count. Leadoff hitter, Dylan Ryder for the Erie Tigers. Mustangs at home this afternoon, Eddie Underwood Field, as pickoff attempt by Mendez over to Anderson as the runner Brinks back easily. Mustangs on a 6-game winning streak. 8-2 in Tri-Valley League play. That's good enough for second place. The only team better right now, the Northridge Grizzlies. As the 2-0 pitch taken all the way, called for a strike. Good fastball by Mendez. This Erie Ball Club sits 5th in Tri-Valley League play, 500 with a record of 4-4. 2-1 pitch, runner going, swung on and skied left side by Ryder. Fitzsimmons calls off Franco, makes the catch. That'll do it for the Tigers in the second. We head to the bottom half, second inning. Erie 2, Fort Morgan 0. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller, Eddie Underwood Field in Fort Morgan, where the Mustangs trail as we head to the bottom half of the second inning. Erie scoring 2 runs in the top half of the first. Mustangs not able to answer, is able to eliminate the Tigers quietly in the top half of the second as Michael Fitzsimmons steps in for the Mustangs. He takes the first pitch, a breaking ball. Ball 1. Fitzsimmons, the 5th hitter in the lineup for Fort Morgan. Nick Garver, Mustang center fielder, on deck. And due up third this inning, Nate Alexander. Fitzsimmons hitting the baseball the other way down the right field line. The right fielder in foul territory had the ball in his glove, and a little bit nonchalantly was Taylor Dudley to get to that baseball as he drops the baseball in foul territory, giving Fitzsimmons the new life and second chance. Fitzsimmons hit that ball very well down the right field line. 307 to the foul pole, not far from the fence was Dudley, but new life here for Fitzsimmons. The 1-1 pitch Hit sharply up the middle. Fielded cleanly by the shortstop, Leahy on the first. First baseman can't handle the baseball. Fitzsimmons is going to reach on the air. Mustangs will take it as Nick Garver, center fielder, steps in as the Mustangs in business. Top of the second is Fitzsimmons on base to lead things off for Morgan.
Come on, Nick, good job, buddy. Come on, 5.
That arrow will go on the first baseman. Fielded cleanly by the shortstop, but the first baseman not able to handle the baseball as Garver on the bunt attempt fouls the baseball straight back. I'd like to see the Mustangs work to cut this lead in half here early while we have the opportunity. It's likely what Coach Langford's thinking as well with the sacrifice bunt here by Garver. Trying to move up Fitzsimmons into scoring position and give Nate Alexander, Justin Flug, and Misael Franco the chance to drive him in as the left-hander sets. Long look over at first. Now delivers. Hit and run play on as the throw's down in time. Umpire says the tag's made. It's going to be an out, caught stealing. Fitzsimmons says Garver swinging on that pitch is going to now be behind, no balls, 2 strikes. Caught stealing is Fitzsimmons, 2-6. As Nick Garver's quickly behind, no balls, 2 strikes with 1 out in the second inning. As the 0-2 pitch, a breaking ball, check swing by Garver. Umpire saying no. Counts now 1 ball, 2 strikes. Ulysses Hernandez, the second baseman for the Mustangs, is throwing in the bullpen. As the left-hander winds up, 1-2 pitch, up at the eyes, got Garver to chase. Be the second out this inning as Garver goes down swinging. Bring up Nate Alexander as quick as this inning started for the Mustangs with the runner on base. Fitzsimmons throwing out, caught stealing. Garver not able to put the bat on the baseball with the hit and run play. The Mustangs now have 2 outs, bottom of the second inning. Trail Erie 2-0. Left-hander winds up, delivers the pitch to Alexander. Again, a good breaking ball. Alexander takes the pitch for a ball. Left-hander, Zach Woodruff winds up. 1-0 pitch to Nate Alexander. Is a fastball called for a strike. The count evens up. 1 ball, 1 strike. All season long, as you listen to us, wherever it is you have internet, on a telephone, home computer, click on the appropriate Mustang baseball link. Follow us pitch by pitch all season long. As Nate Alexander takes the 1-1 pitch, a fastball up at the letters, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike. Now the count on Nate Alexander. The Mustangs right fielder as the left-hander winds up, quickly delivers. 2-1 pitch, fastball just misses outside, ball 3. Alexander's now way ahead. 3 balls, 1 strike in the bottom half of the second inning. Left-hander Woodruff winds up, delivers his 3-1 pitch. Alexander, a big cut, fouls the baseball straight back into the screen as the count's now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. If we get there, the Mustangs catcher Justin Flug on deck. As left-hander takes a long look into his catcher. Ryan Fesmeyer swung on and missed as the breaking ball by Alexander. Catcher throws on to first on the drop third strike to complete it. 2-3. 2 in the books. Erie 2, Fort Morgan nothing. We head to the top of the third inning. Listen to Fort Morgan Baseball on B106, B106.com. Josh Miller bringing you Fort Morgan Baseball on a Tuesday afternoon. The Mustangs at home, taking on an Erie ball club. Tigers scoring 2 runs in the top half of the first inning. Lead here as we head to the top of the third. Due up this inning, Zach Woodruff leads things off, the pitcher. As Ryan Fesmeyer bats and due up second. And Tyler Lee, Tigers cleanup hitter, due up third this inning. As Mendez begins his third inning of work. Second inning much more like the Mendez we know and love. First inning got away from David as the Erie Tigers able to score 2 in that first inning. Mendez settling down in the second as he begins his third inning of work. A 1-0 pitch called a strike. Mendez evens things up. 1 ball, 1 strike on Zach Woodruff. And the 1-1 pitch runs up inside, hits Woodruff. He'll reach base. After the hit by pitch, as the three-hitter in the lineup, Brian Fesmeyer, steps in. Fesmeyer had that ground rule double back in his first at-bat. Quick throw over by Mendez, keeping Woodruff close, nothing doing. Woodruff's back easily as Mendez now back on the mound, resets, gets the sign from catcher Justin Flug. And the pitch on its way, a fastball inside part of the plate, strike one. Ackley Building Center, your one-stop center for projects around your home, office, or yard. Ackley Building Center, located 1402 Mill Street in Brush. Squaring to bunt is Fesmeyer. He pulls the bat back. Pitch is called a ball. Throw down from Justin Flug to first. It was a little late. It counts now 1-1 strike. Third hitter in the lineup for the Tigers, Ryan Fesmeyer. He had the RBI ground rule double back in his first at-bat. As the 1-1 pitch, again, squares the bunt, pops it up in foul territory. Anderson runs out of room to get to it before it hits the ground. Good effort by Aaron to try to get there as pitch lands in foul territory, and the count's now 1-2 strikes. Ryan Fesmeyer, the batter for the Tigers. Long look down the line at the third base coach. As the 1-2 pitch on its way, Mendez instead throws over. Not far off the bag is Woodruff, so he's back easily. Mendez doing a good job to keep the runner close. As Mendez sets, 1-2 pitch, fouled straight back off the screen. Count remains 1-2 strikes. Aaron Anderson holding on the runner at first base. Zach Woodruff, Tigers pitcher. Garver shading slightly to the pull side with the right-handed hitter, which opens up the right center field gap. As the pitch in the dirt, swung on and missed, strike three. The runner at first base. Flug doesn't have to do anything with it. It'll be a strikeout for Mendez, his third this afternoon. First out in this third inning. As the left-handed bat, Tyler Lee, steps in. Tyler in his first at-bat, the RBI single. Left-handed bat had the single through the 5-6 hole going the other way. First pitch, a breaking ball. Lee thought about it, but's able to hold back as pitch is in the dirt for ball. 1-ball, no strikes on the cleanup hitter, Tyler Lee. Runner down the line at first. The Tigers pitcher, Zach Woodruff, as Mendez delivers the 1-0 pitch, a fastball outside part of the plate. Just misses, ball two. 2 balls, no strikes to count. The runner, Woodruff, a little larger lead than we've seen here as he's now running. Swung on and missed is the pitch. Late to the bag is Fitzsimmons. No tags able to be made. 2 balls, 1 strike will be the count on the hitter. Woodruff moves up 90 feet on the stolen base. As the Tigers now have a runner in scoring position with 1 out, top of the third inning. The Erie Tigers already lead Fort Morgan 2-0, scoring both runs in the top half of the first. As the 2-1 pitch, fastball, belt high, called for a strike. As Mendez evens things up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. You'd like to see the Mustangs outfield move with their center fielder. Garver's done this all year where he plays hitters pull side, but the left fielder or right fielder doesn't go with him, which opens up a huge gap. As the 2-2 pitch, breaking ball misses, ball 3, counts now full. On Tyler Lee. Lee 1 for 1 this afternoon with the RBI single. As the 3-2 pitch by Mendez on its way, hit it left side down the line. On the run is Godo. He won't get to it. Ball's going to roll all the way to the warning track before Godo's able to pick it up. Runner scores easily from second as Tyler Lee picks up another RBI. It'll be his second RBI this afternoon. He's now 2 for 2 with a single and a stand-up double. And Erie leads here early, 3-0. That'll bring up Taylor Dudley. Dudley in his first at-bat reached on a walk. First pitch swinging is Dudley here. He fouls it off right side. Mendez looks to jump ahead early. Runner out at second base, Tyler Lee, after his RBI stand-up double. No balls, one strike to count on the fifth hitter in the lineup, Taylor Dudley. He reached on a walk in his first at-bat as Mendez sets. Fitzsimmons out there with the runner at second. Swinging hits it weakly left side. Misael Franco fields it. Throw over, not in time, to the first baseman, Anderson. That ball hit weakly left side. Misael kind of waited for it. Got to charge the baseball, make the throw. Throw not in time. It's going to be an infield single. Infield single. If anything, the Mustangs able to keep the runner at second, but you'd like to see him get the outs when you have the opportunity. As the Tigers in business here with runners at first and second in the third, as the bunt is down right side. Anderson flips on to Mendez. Mendez gets to the bag in time for the out. Runners now at second and third after that bunt. The runners move up 90 feet. Tigers now have runners at second and third. And that bunt attempt, Anderson able to flip it on in time to Mendez. As everybody moves up 90 feet for the Tigers, and that's going to bring up Kyle Leahy. Left-handed swinging shortstop. He takes the first pitch, breaking ball for a strike outside part of the plate. Mendez quickly ahead, no balls. One strike. Mendez already thrown 68 pitches, and we're not through 3 innings. As we've got 2 outs, bottom of the third. Mendez winds up, delivers again, a breaking ball, misses high and outside, ball 1. Buildings by design, most important thing to buying a new building or starting a new design build project is picking the right company to build it. Call Pat Walter, Travis Lefevre, Jared Samples today for your free bid. 970-842-5837, buildingbydesigns.com. 1-1 pitch swung on and missed by Leahy. He's now behind 1 ball, 2 strikes as Mendez has the sign from Flug, winds up, delivers, payoff pitch. Fastball, looking, strike 3. Mustangs get out of the jam before it gets any worse, but not before the Tigers score 1. Erie 3, Fort Morgan nothing. We'll be back for the bottom of the third inning. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com. Bottom of the third inning, Fort Morgan, Colorado. The Mustangs baseball team at home this afternoon, Eddie Underwood Field. As Justin Flug, the Mustangs catcher, steps in, takes first pitch for a ball. And the 1-0 pitch misses high and outside, ball 2. 2 balls, no strikes. The count to the Mustangs catcher. Mustangs fairly quiet this afternoon. Not able to do much here early as the 2-0 pitch called a strike inside part of the plate. Mustangs running themselves out of the inning in the second. As the 9th hitter on deck, Misael Franco, and then back to the top, David Mendez, as the left-hander, Zach Woodruff, falls behind here. Justin Flug, 3 balls, 1 strike. Left-hander's been much in control this afternoon. Woodruff's locating the pitches very well. Good fastball, good breaking ball, control of all of his pitches as the 3-1 pitch inside part of the plate, fouled straight back by Justin. Good cut by the Mustangs catchers. He fouled that pitch straight back. Count's now full on Justin. As Flug set to receive, full count pitch. The left-hander for Erie winds up, delivers, swung on and missed. Fastball, strike 3. Pitch on the outside part of the plate. Flug not able to get his bat on it. It'll be the first out in this bottom half of the third inning. As Misael Franco steps in. Franco, we haven't seen him at the plate here recently, getting the start this afternoon. As the left-hander winds up, delivers, first pitch swinging, comes up empty. As counts down, no balls, 1 strike. On Misael Franco, the Mustangs third baseman, as he fouls off the 0-1 pitch right side. Front of the first base dugout. Counts quickly, no balls, 2 strikes on Misael. Bottom of the third inning, 1 out. Erie 3, Fort Morgan nothing. The 0-2 pitch. Misael, fastball inside, misses. Ball 1. 1-2 now the count on the Mustangs third baseman. Leadoff hitter David Mendez on deck. The left-hander winds up, delivers 1-2 pitch. Fouled left side. As Franco stays alive. Morgan Federal Bank, your one-stop shop for all your banking and investment needs, from checking to savings to IRAs, 321 Ensign Street. Morgan Federal Bank, there is a difference. Member FDIC, equal housing lender. 1-2 pitch, again fouled off by Misael as he stays alive. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. As Misael fights to get on base here for the Mustangs, they need runners. They need opportunities as they trail 3-0 in this baseball game. The 1-2 pitch up at the letters. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Second out this inning for the Mustangs. That'll bring the leadoff hitter, David Mendez, up. Mendez in his first at-bat reached on a walk. And if we get there, Matt Godo's on deck. David Mendez can help himself out here as Mustangs pitcher takes the first pitch, a breaking ball well outside, ball 1. Ulysses Hernandez throwing again in the bullpen. I imagine he's just wanting to keep his arm loose in case Coach Langford has to make a pitching change in the middle part of the inning. Ulysses' arm will be loose and ready to go in that instance. As we discussed, Mendez already approaching 70 pitches and only 3 innings of work. As the 2-0 pitch on its way, fastball misses. Well, thought it missed. Umpire calls it a strike. Fastball looked a little bit low. Mendez takes that pitch for a strike. The count's now 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs in this bottom half of the 3rd inning. As the Mustangs look to answer and respond. Mustangs have not been behind much as of late. So it could be a good test for them to see if they're able to bounce back, put up some runs here through the middle part and latter part of this ball game. As the 2-1 pitch misses, gets away from the catcher and to the backstop. As counts now 3 balls, 1 strike on David Mendez. As the left-hander winds up, delivers. Fastball misses outside, ball 4. Mendez reaches for the second time this afternoon. 2 walks for David. As Matt Godo steps in. Godo in his first at-bat reached on a fielder's choice, hit a hard ground ball to the shortstop. Pulling that shortstop far to his right, able to force out Mendez. As the first pitch swinging again to the shortstop, hard, no different than the first. As the shortstop flips it on to second, that'll do it for the Mustangs in the 3rd. 3 complete. Erie 3, Fort Morgan nothing. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller at Underwood Field. Mendez begins his 4th inning of work as Connor Conolog steps in, swinging left side, fielded cleanly by Misael Franco. Throw across the diamond as Anderson steps on the base for the out. Conolog strikes out in his first, grounds out in his second. 5-3 in the books. Misael Franco doing a good job getting the throw in time there. As Dylan Brink steps in. Brink, the 9th hitter in the lineup for the Tigers. Reached on a walk in his first at-bat as Mendez winds up, delivers a fastball high and outside, ball 1. Mendez laboring here in this baseball game. We haven't seen him have to work too hard all season long. This will be a test for not only David, but a test for his Mustang ball club as they trail in this 4th inning 3-0. The 1-0 pitch called for a strike as the count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mendez winds up, delivers, hit right side. Giving chase is Alexander, Anderson, and Hernandez. Alexander has room, makes the catch in foul territory on the warning track. Long run for Alexander. He comes away with the baseball in the 2nd out this inning. Good effort by those 3 Mustangs. Long way to run for Anderson and Hernandez. Alexander makes the grab for the 2nd out in foul territory. As the Mustangs here in business, 2 outs already in this 4th inning. As Mendez misses ball 1 to Dylan Ryder. Dylan, the leadoff hitter. 3rd at bat here this afternoon. Walked in his first, flew out in the 2nd. To the shortstop Fitzsimmons as the 1-0 pitch called a strike. Count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Follows pitch by pitch all season long. B106.com. Click on the appropriate Mustang baseball link. As the 1-1 pitch, a curveball taken for a strike 2. 1-2 now the count. Mendez well ahead As the 1-2 pitch swung on, fisted left side, and foul. As Dylan Ryder works to stay alive. Central Auto Parts, for all your auto supply needs, stop by Central Auto Parts at West Platte Avenue in Fort Morgan today. Top of the fourth, Erie leads 3-0. 1-2 pitch, 2 outs. Fastball in the dirt, ball 2. Justin Flug doing a good job. Keep that baseball in front as the count evens up. 2 balls, 2 strikes. The leadoff hitter, Dylan Ryder for the Tigers, as he hits the 2-2 pitch. Weakly right side, fielded cleanly by Hernandez on the run. Throw to first. That'll do it for the Tigers in the fourth. We head to the bottom half of the fourth inning. Erie 3, Mustangs 0. You're listening to Fort Morgan Baseball, B106, B106.com. This baseball game's moving quickly as we've got 3.5 in the books. Bottom half of the fourth inning. Josh Miller at the Underwood Field as Aaron Anderson, the Mustangs left-handed hitting bat, steps in as the breaking ball outside part of the plate called for a strike. Good decision by Anderson to take that pitch. As the count's 0-1 on Aaron. Aaron singled in his first at-bat as promptly swings, hits this ball hard right side to the first baseman, fielded cleanly as it's flipped onto the pitcher just in time. Anderson almost beating that out. We're going the books 3-1 on the putout. It'll be the first out this inning for the Mustangs. Well hit baseball by Anderson, but that first baseman able to come away with it cleanly. It'll bring up the Mustangs cleanup hitter Cole Frisbee. Frisbee struck out in his first at-bat as the Mustang shortstop Michael Fitzsimmons on deck. Left-hander for the Tigers winds up, delivers the breaking ball for a strike. Zach Woodruff, 58 pitches as he's beginning his fourth inning of work. Only 58 pitches thrown. Very much in control and commanding this baseball game as the 0-1 pitch in the dirt misses ball 1. Counts now even on Cole Frisbee, 1 ball, 1 strike. As the Mustangs designated hitter this afternoon set to receive the 1-1 pitch. Fastball, outer half of the plate, strike 2. Counts now 1 ball, 2 strikes on Cole Frisbee as left-hander Woodruff delivers curveball well in the dirt, well outside, ball 2. Counts now 2 balls, 2 strikes on Cole Frisbee. Bottom of the fourth inning, 1 out. Erie 3, Fort Morgan 0. 2-2 pitch to Frisbee, again in the dirt, ball 3. Counts now full. Premier Farm Credit, committed to serving those in production ag. Premier Farm Credit, the gold standard in ag lending. 3-2 pitch on its way to Cole Frisbee. Fastball down and inside, ball 4. Frisbee's on with the walk. We're going to have a runner for Frisbee out at first base before Michael Fitzsimmons steps in. It'll be number 2. And number 2 down on our roster is River Barton. As the runner in at first base as Michael Fitzsimmons steps in for the Mustangs. 1 out, bottom of the fourth inning. Left-hander winds up, delivers. Fastball outside part of the plate, strike 1 to Fitzsimmons. Fitzsimmons reached in his first at-bat on the air. Coach Langford threw a series of signs down the line at third base. Assistant coach Steve Hale down the line at first. Runner held on by the first baseman, Caleb Cripes. As the 0-1 pitch called a ball. 1-1 now the count on Michael Fitzsimmons as the left-hander Woodruff sets. Check of the runner over at first, now delivers. Fastball, misses, ball 2. Good fastball by Woodruff, didn't miss by much. Good eye there by Fitzsimmons as the count's now 2 balls, 1 strike. Coach Langford threw a series of signs down the line at third. Long look in by the pitcher to get his sign from the catcher Fesmeyer as the 2-1 pitch, changeup, swung on and missed by Fitzsimmons. Counts now evened up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. With one out in the bottom half of this fourth inning, Erie leads, has led throughout 3-0. 2-2 pitch, Fitzsimmons in the dirt. Count's now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. With one out in the bottom half of the fourth, River Barton, number 2 on our rosters, down the line, pinch running at first base for Colt Frisbee, who reached on the walk. Full count pitch. Fisted right side and foul off the cap of the bat as Fitzsimmons stays alive. 69 pitches. This will be the 70th pitch for Zach Woodruff, the left-handed pitcher for the Erie Tigers. Very much in control this afternoon and has kept the Mustangs quiet through 3 innings. As the 3-2 pitch misses, ball 4. Fitzsimmons draws the walk. It'll be the second base runner this inning for the Mustangs, as they now have runners on first and second. Nick Garver is going to step in, right-handed hitting bat, center fielder for the Mustangs. Garver struck out in his first at-bat. Coach Langford, a series of signs down the line at first, as now Garver steps in. Off the bag is the runner Barton at second, held on by the shortstop, and we're going to have a balk called, which will help the Mustangs here. We haven't had that go our way all this year, as now the Mustangs have 2 runners in scoring position with runners at second and third. Mustangs 3 or 4 balks called on their pitching staff this season. It'll be the first time we've had one go our way, and with the flinch or the breaking of the hands there by that left-handed pitcher, the break goes the Mustangs' way as we now have runners on second and third. Fitzsimmons out at second. Number 2 Barton at third. As the Mustangs trail and look to answer here, the pitching coach out to have a quick chat with his pitcher. Colorado Plains Medical Center, transforming lives each day. Colorado Plains Medical Center is where people choose to go for health care. Northern Colorado Title for all your title needs. Visit Tim Weimer at Northern Colorado Title at 130 West Kiowa in Fort Morgan. Nick Garver steps in, left-hander ready to go back to work as his pitch on his way. A fastball misses inside, ball 1. This is really the first time this afternoon we've seen Zach Woodruff have to work a little bit, as he's now in a bit of a bind. Mustangs with base runners at second and third. Fitzsimmons well off the bag at second. Barton down the line at third. The 1-0 pitch to Garver. A breaking ball. Called for a strike. That's a pitch we haven't seen called for a strike all afternoon, as the count's now evened up. 1 ball, 1 strike on Garver. Nick's put the ball in play all year long as the 1-1 pitch on its way from the left-hander. Fastball well inside, ball 2. Garver had to back off there, so that pitch didn't hit him. Count's now 2-1 on Nick. 1 out in this bottom half of the fourth inning, as the left-hander Woodruff laboring here as he comes set. 2-1 pitch. Again, a breaking ball in the dirt, gets away. Barton on his way from third is going to slide and score easily. Up 90 feet from second to third is Fitzsimmons. Count's now 3-1 on Nick Garver. Good count to be a hitter, as Mustangs score their first run here this afternoon on the wild pitch. Zach Woodruff here having to handle his first test and first bit of trouble this afternoon. The score is now Erie 3, Fort Morgan 1 in the bottom half of this fourth inning. Mustangs with 1 out. 3-1 pitch to Nick Garver. Hit up the middle. It's going to be the second run across as the infield's playing back. Garver does his job, picks up the run. Will go down in the books as a 6-3 ground out, but Garver will get that RBI as the Mustangs now only trail by a run, as they've plated 2 and now trail the Erie Tigers 3-2 as Nate Alexander steps in. Again, Garver doing a great job there with the infield playing back. Hits the hard ground ball up the middle to the shortstop, as the runner Fitzsimmons scores easily from third and the Mustangs trail by 1. Nate Alexander steps in, takes the first pitch for a strike. Bottom of the fourth inning. 2 outs. Erie 3, Fort Morgan 2, and the curveball misses drastically Counts now 1 strike on the Mustangs' right fielder, Nate Alexander. Nate making a great play defensively in foul territory not too long ago as he caught that ball out. Long way to run. Came up with the baseball, preventing any kind of trouble. As he takes the 1-1 pitch for a ball, the left-hander now working quickly as he tries to get back into this baseball game. Misses the 2-1 pitch. It's now 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike on Nate Alexander. As the left-hander winds up, delivers the 3-1 pitch. It'll be ball 4. Justin Flug, the Mustangs catcher, takes off his shin guards in the on-deck circle before he steps in after a quick look down the line. Coach Langford, nothing really doing here as he reruns through a series of signs. The catcher out wanting to talk to his pitcher. Bijou Tea Quest. Stop by 302 Main Street in Fort Morgan. Letter jackets, t-shirts, banners, and more. They're also your local experts customizing your team's sports apparel. Bijou Tea Quest. Catcher Ryan Fesmeyer talking to his pitcher, calming things down. There's no action down the right field line in the Tigers bullpen. As Alexander's off the bag at first. 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th. Mustangs with 2 across. First pitch swinging is Justin Flug. He comes up empty. The count's quickly. No balls, 1 strike. Flug quickly back in. Woodruff sets. Quick check of the runner. Delivers the 0-1 pitch. It's fouled into the third base dugout. Flug's quickly behind. No balls, 2 strikes. With 2 outs in the bottom half of the 4th inning, but the Mustangs answering and coming to life here in the middle part of this baseball game, scoring 2 runs this inning. And now only trail by 1. 0-2 pitch, fastball, misses high outside. Good 0-2 pitch by Woodruff. Justin Flug does the right thing, takes the pitch. Coach Langford threw a series of signs. Flug back in. 1-2 count. Left-hander's pitch on its way. Curveball, fouled straight back as Flug fights to stay alive. Off the bag, Alexander with the left-handed pitcher on the mound. Mustangs not being very aggressive with their leads. Woodruff keeping the runners close on the bag over at first base. Mustangs already thrown out a couple times here this baseball game as they've tried to run. The curveball in the dirt, ball 2. Counts now 2 balls, 2 strikes. On Justin Flug, the Fort Morgan baseball catcher. 3-2 is our score. Mustangs trail by 1 against an Erie ball club. On the road this afternoon, Fort Morgan at home. Runner going, Alexander. 2-2 pitch misses. It's a ball out into center field. Alexander will steal the base. It'll be full count on Justin Flug. Mustangs now in business with the runner out at second base as Alexander steals the bag. 3-2 is the count on the Mustangs catcher. And with 2 outs in this 4th inning, the Mustangs can take advantage if Flug can get something to the outfield and get on base. 3-2 pitch, strike 3, looking on the outside part of the plate. As Justin Flug goes down looking, that'll end it for the Mustangs here in the 4th, but not before they score 2. Erie 3, Fort Morgan 2. We'll head to the top of the 5th inning. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller here, Fort Morgan. Eddie Underwood Field, where the Erie Tigers visiting this afternoon. The Mustangs off to a slow start, but bounce back here in the bottom half of the 4th inning and now only trail by a run. As we head towards the top of the 5th, the line as it stands now, Erie Tigers scoring 3 runs on 4 hits. They have made an error, left 4 runners on base. Fort Morgan 2 runs on only 1 hit. No errors committed, and 3 left on base for the Mustangs as Ulysses Hernandez enters this baseball game for the Mustangs on the mound. We saw Ulysses last week a couple times against the Sterling Tigers. A simple substitution here for the Mustangs as Mendez goes to second base. Mendez, 4 innings of work here this afternoon. As Ulysses Hernandez begins his first. A breaking ball over the plate for a strike taken by Zach Woodruff. Number 2 hitter in the lineup for the Tigers. Pitcher for Erie as well, as Ulysses Hernandez likes to work quickly. Woodruff stepping out to regroup. As the 0-1 pitch by Hernandez swung on, fouled out of play. Ulysses quickly ahead. No balls, 2 strikes to count. Ulysses Hernandez winds up, 0-2 pitch, fastball misses outside, ball 1. Good 0-2 pitch by Hernandez. As the Mustangs defensively changes this inning with Hernandez on the mound, Mendez goes to second. Breaking ball, strike 3, looking on the outside part of the plate. Fooled Woodruff. As Hernandez gets the strikeout, first out this inning. Mustangs throw it around the diamond as Ryan Fesmeyer steps in. Matt Goto in left field. Nick Garver out in center. Nate Alexander in right. Aaron Anderson at first base. David Mendez at second. Michael Fitzsimmons at short. Misael Franco at third. The breaking ball by Hernandez to catcher Justin Flug is called a strike. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 5th inning. 0-1 pitch by Hernandez. Hit weakly. Left side, fielded on the hop by Fitzsimmons across to Anderson in time. Hernandez working quickly and efficiently as he's got 2 outs already in this 5th inning. Good job by Michael Fitzsimmons not to sit back and wait for that baseball. He came up and got it on the big hop. Made the accurate throw to Anderson in time, and in this 5th inning we've got 2 quick outs. As the left-handed bat Tyler Lee steps in. He takes the first pitch, breaking ball in the dirt, ball 1. Lee, one of the hot hitters here this afternoon. He's got a single and a double. 2 for 2 is the cleanup hitter for the Erie Tigers. As the 1-0 pitch, a breaking ball, just misses. Barely misses, ball 2. Same pitch Hernandez threw 2 batters ago to get the strikeout. As Hernandez 2-0 pitch on its way. Fastball up and outside, ball 3. Hernandez works from about 3 or 4 different arm angles. He'll come from straight over the top. He'll come from the shoe tops or anywhere in between as the fastball 3-0 called a strike. 3 balls, 1 strike now the count on Tyler Lee. Lee 2 for 2 with a double and a single as the 3-1 pitch by Hernandez. A breaking ball called a strike. Hernandez is quickly back into this count. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Count is full with 2 outs. Top of the 5th inning. Erie 3, Fort Morgan 2. 3-2 pitch. Fastball outside, ball 4. Happens a lot with this Mustang pitching staff. They get the first 2 outs, walk the 3rd runner, make things interesting. As Taylor Dudley steps in. Again, a left-handed bat. A lot of left-handed bats in this lineup for the Erie Tigers. And with 2 outs in this 5th inning, Hernandez looking to get out of it while he can as he works from the stretch. Fastball outside part of the plate at the knees, called a strike. Dudley took that pitch all the way as Hernandez looks to get ahead. No balls, 1 strike. Anderson holding the runner on at first. Hernandez a quick check. Baseball's put in play up the middle, fielded cleanly by Fitzsimmons behind the second base bag, on time to first. As the Mustangs playing good defense behind their pitcher Ulysses Hernandez allow the Tigers to go quietly in the 5th. We head to the bottom half of the 5th inning. Fort Morgan 2, Erie 3. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com. Bottom of the 5th inning, Misael Franco. 2 quick pitches here by Zach Woodruff, and Misael's behind. No balls, 2 strikes as the left-hander already winds up, delivers 0-2 pitch, fastball. Misses, ball 1. 1 ball, 2 strikes to count on Misael Franco. Bottom half of the 5th inning, Erie Tigers on the road this afternoon lead Fort Morgan 3-2. As Misael's 1-2 pitch hit right side, foul territory. First base giving chase, runs into the fence as it goes out of play. Misael stays alive. 1 ball, 2 strikes the count on the Mustangs' 3rd baseman. 9th hitter in the lineup for Fort Morgan is the leadoff hitter David Mendez on deck. Mustangs with some bats down the line as May see some pinch hitters here in the latter half of this baseball game as the 1-2 pitch misses, ball 2. 2-2 the count as the left-hander Woodruff winds up, delivers. Again, a fastball misses inside. Count's now full on Misael. Mustangs need base runners. Only trailed by 1 run. It's been a good baseball game. Left-handed pitcher for Erie, Zach Woodruff's been well in control. As the 3-2 pitch misses, ball 4 to Misael. Mustangs in business with their leadoff runner on. Top of the lineup comes up David Mendez. Matt Goto on deck, Aaron Anderson in the hole. Good opportunity here for the Mustangs with heart of their lineup coming up here for the 3rd time in this baseball game. Mendez has reached in both of his at-bats on a walk. 2 walks this afternoon for Mendez. His left-hander sets, checks, delivers. Mendez squares the bunt. Gets it down, but foul. No balls, 1 strike the count. As David Mendez takes a long look down the line at head baseball coach Josh Langford through a series of signs. Misael Franco off the bag at first, held on by Caleb Kreitz. A long look over by Woodruff, now delivers. Fastball almost got away from the catcher. Mendez squaring the bunt, pulls back wisely as that fastball almost got away into the fence. 1-1's now the count on David Mendez. 4 solid innings for Mendez here this afternoon. Got in a little trouble in that first inning. And then held the Tigers from there as the 2-1 1-1 pitch misses in the dirt, makes the count 2 balls, 1 strike on David Mendez. 2 balls, 1 strike on David Mendez. Misael Franco off the bag at first. The left-hander Woodruff sets, delivers. 2-1 pitch. Again, a fastball misses outside. Mendez way ahead. 3 balls, 1 strike. He's already got 2 walks, looking for his 3rd. As the Mustangs trying to make some things happen in this 5th inning. 3-1 pitch by Woodruff. Swung on, belted. Fair ball down the left field line. Misael's got to move. He's on his way to 3rd. Coach Langford holding Misael Franco at 3rd base as David Mendez into 2nd with the stand-up double. And the Mustangs in business here in this 5th inning. The grass looks a little longer than we've seen all year long. That ball looked like it was going to get to the fence and Misael would have the chance to score from first, but the ball died in the grass down there as the left fielder came up and fielded the baseball, but not before David Mendez has the stand-up double. And the Mustangs in business here with runners at 2nd and 3rd. And that'll bring up Matt Goto, but not before the head coach out to the mound to talk with his pitcher. And what looks to be a pitching change. We'll take a quick break. Mustangs 2, Tigers 3. You're listening to Fort Morgan Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller here, bottom of the 5th inning. No outs for the Mustangs. Runners at 2nd and 3rd. The left-hander Woodruff, after a talk from his coach, sets, delivers the first pitch. Swinging is Goto, left side to the shortstop. Franco will score easily. Throw in time. The throw-in time down to the first base bag. The umpire wants some help. As they say, it's an out. Goto doing his job. The ground out to shortstop. Picks up the runner from 3rd. Mendez moves up 90 feet. From 2nd to 3rd, Misael Franco scores. The game's now tied 3-3 as Aaron Anderson steps in. Runners at 3rd now, David Mendez. Goto with the ground out, picks up the RBI. Game's now tied 3-3. Anderson on and up. First pitch swinging, just foul down the first base line as Anderson jumped all over that first pitch offering by Woodruff. The infield in here for the Tigers. Increases the hitters' batting average and chances drastically. Bottom of the 5th inning, 1 out. Fort Morgan 3, Erie 3. David Mendez 90 feet away at 3rd. The go-ahead run for the Mustangs as Anderson takes the 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball outside in the dirt. Count now is even, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mustangs looking to capitalize and add some insurance runs here as we head to the latter half of this baseball game. 1-1 pitch to Anderson. Swung on, skied left side, out of play. Giving chase to left fielder and third baseman, but they're going to run out of room. Counts now 1 ball, 2 strikes on the left-handed bat, Aaron Anderson. Anderson has a single and has grounded out here this afternoon. The left-hander, Zach Woodruff. 103 pitches in this baseball game. The lefty-lefty matchup here. 1-2 the count on Anderson. Pitch on the way. Curveball hit up the middle. Base hit. Mendez is going to score. Mustangs lead 4-3 on the RBI single by Aaron Anderson. If that was a right-handed pitcher, they likely come away with it, but with no glove on the throwing hand, nothing Woodruff's able to do on that hard-hit baseball as it gets by him and up the middle, and the Mustangs in business as they now lead 4-3 on the RBI single by Aaron Anderson. Cole Frisbee, the cleanup hitter, DH, steps in for the Mustangs as he takes ball 1 high and inside. Frisbee struck out in his first at-bat, reached and on a walk in his last. As Aaron Anderson off the bag at first. Woodruff now laboring as Frisbee grounds it right side. Anderson on the base. The shortstop's not able to hold. The throw from the second baseman pulls the shortstop just slightly off the bag. And in doing so, everybody's going to be safe. The head baseball coach for Erie doesn't like what he sees. This will be the second trip for him this inning. As we're going to have a pitching change. We'll take a break. Be back to set the table as Fort Morgan now leads in this baseball game 4-3. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com. Changes here for the Tigers as their shortstop, number 12, Kyle Leahy, comes in to pitch. The center fielder, number 21, Tyler Lee, is going to go out and play shortstop, and the pitcher, Zach Woodruff, was now going to be out in center field.
1-4, are you, huh? Not me, huh, bud?
As these changes here for the Tigers. Again, in now to pitch, Kyle Leahy to shortstop, Tyler Lee, and Zach Woodruff's out to center field. The Mustangs, as it sets here, lead 4-3, scoring 2 runs in the fourth, now 2 runs in the bottom half of this fifth inning, have taken the lead, scoring all 4 runs on only 3 hits. As James Martins is down the line and running for Cole Frisbee. Frisbee reaching there on that fielder's choice as Martins into the game for the Mustangs as Leahy sets to deliver his first pitch here this afternoon, and it's taken by Michael Fitzsimmons for a ball. Fitzsimmons 0 for 1, reaching on an error and a walk. Mustangs here with runners at first and second. 1-0 pitch. Fastball for a strike at the knees. Fitzsimmons doing a good job taking the strike. The new pitcher in the game, you'd like to see what he's capable of throwing as well as making sure he can hit the strike zone, not helping him out. Fitzsimmons waits for the 1-1 pitch. Fastball, high and outside, ball 2. 2 balls, 1 strike, now the count on Michael Fitzsimmons. The Mustangs shortstop. As Leahy comes set, a check of the runner out at second in Anderson. Now delivers the 2-1 pitch at the letters, swung on and missed by Fitzsimmons. Count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Fitzsimmons got excited there. That pitch up in the zone, not able to come up with it. As counts now 2 balls, 2 strikes. 1 out, bottom of the 5th inning. Fort Morgan 4, Erie 3. As the Mustangs look to add a couple more as the 2-2 pitch hit hard but foul. Out of play. As Fitzsimmons stays alive. Insurance Connection, whether it's health, life, or dental insurance or Medicare supplements, he's Sharon Kaufman today at Insurance Connection. 2-2 pitch to Fitzsimmons, again fouled back. Out of play, straight over where we sit. As Fitzsimmons works to stay alive. 2 balls, 2 strikes, the count on the Mustangs shortstop. Bottom of the 5th inning, 1 out. Aaron Anderson out at second base. James Martins at first. As the 2-2 pitch misses high, ball 3. Counts now full. The Mustang shortstop, Michael Fitzsimmons. As Fitzsimmons looks to blow this game open, there's a big gap in left center field if he can get the baseball over the shortstop's head. 3-2 pitch. He gets it. Is it far enough? Left fielder on his horse. It's going to land on the fence. Anderson around third and will score. Martins not far behind. Throw on its way. James head first slide is tagged out, but not before Anderson scores. Good aggressive base running there by the Mustangs, looking to add to it. Fitzsimmons all the way to third base with the stand-up triple. But not before the Mustangs add another. James Martins would have been a huge run. But Martins tagged out on a good relay throw by the shortstop. As Fitzsimmons 90 feet away at third, 2 outs. Garver steps in, takes the first pitch for a strike. Just as I said it, that gap was huge. Fitzsimmons caught it. Martin's just not able to score as 2 good throws from the left fielder and then the shortstop. Cut down Martins at the plate, but Fort Morgan now leads 5-3. Garver quickly behind, no balls, 2 strikes. Struck out, grounded out has Garver as the 0-2 pitch, a fastball misses outside, ball 1. 1-2 now the count on the Mustangs center fielder. Fitzsimmons, as Coach Langford's hollering for a balk. Fitzsimmons is in motion trying to steal home, and what looked to be maybe an attempt there with Lee. He threw a lengthy windup, but no balk called. As Fitzsimmons still able to score. As the count's now 2 balls, 2 strikes on Garver. Fitzsimmons across on the stolen base. As the balk was not called, the throw luckily gets to the backstop. As the count's now 2 balls, 2 strikes on Nick Garver. Base knock, or what looked to be, before Leahy cuts the baseball off at the pitcher's mound, throws on to first in time for the 3rd out. But not before Fort Morgan scores 4 runs in this, the 5th inning, and now leads Erie 6-3. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com. Back here at American Legion Ballpark in Fort Morgan, Eddie Underwood Field, where the Mustangs plate 4 runs in that bottom half of the 5th inning. Now lead the Erie Tigers 6-3. Mustangs scoring 6 runs on 4 hits. Yet to make an error. As if it sounds confusing, it was a little bit, as Fitzsimmons literally stole home there. Coach Langford was calling a balk, but didn't get it. Nevertheless, the throw and the pitch went all the way to the backstop, so Fitzsimmons scores easily. The Mustangs extended their lead there before Garver grounded out. Ulysses Hernandez begins his 2nd inning of work. First pitch called a strike. The hitter, Caleb Kreitz, wants to change his bat. As Hernandez now back on the mound, has the sign from Fluke. The right-hander, Ulysses Hernandez, winds up his 0-1 pitch. Fastball just inside, ball 1. Kreitz this afternoon, 0 for 2. Struck out. And is grounded out as well as he swings wildly at the 1-1 pitch, a breaking ball. He fouls it off. Nowhere close to really driving that baseball, as that was a good breaking pitch by Hernandez. Ulysses ahead, 1 ball, 2 strikes, top of the 6th inning. Mustangs lead 6-3 is the 1-2 pitch. Off-speed pitch misses outside. The count evens up, 2 balls, 2 strikes on Caleb Kreitz, first baseman for the Tigers, as Hernandez delivers. 2-2 pitch. Fastball inside, backs him off the plate. Count's now full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. The leadoff hitter this inning, Caleb Kreitz. He bats 6th in the lineup. As the 3-2 pitch, a breaking ball hit weakly left side. Hernandez fields it off the mound. Throw to Anderson in time. Hernandez does a great job fielding his position. Had a long run to get that baseball. Comes up with it cleanly, throws accurate and in time to Anderson. It'll be the first out this inning on the ground out. Great play by the pitcher, Ulysses Hernandez, fielding his position. One out. Top of the 6th inning. Mustangs lead 6-3 as Kyle Leahy steps in. First pitch, breaking ball, taken for a strike. Hernandez well in control here, the latter part of this baseball game. Only throwing 21 pitches, 12 of those 21 for a strike. The 0-1 pitch hit right side and foul. Anderson giving a chase on the ground, but that ball rolls foul. Collected by the right fielder, Nate Alexander, in foul territory. As Ulysses Hernandez well ahead here, no balls, 2 strikes on the Tigers pitcher, Kyle Leahy. Equitable Savings and Loan, Northeast Colorado's hometown savings and loan in Fort Morgan and Brush. Hernandez 0-2 pitch, hit weakly right side, fielded cleanly by Mendez, on in time to Anderson. 2 quick outs here for the Mustangs. Back-to-back ground outs. You'd like to see Hernandez on the mound and make easy work here of the third hitter this inning. It's been trouble for the Mustangs pitching staff all season long. 2 quick outs and then falling behind on the third hitter. The hitter here, 8th in the lineup, Connor Conolog, 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a ground out to third as he steps in. Hernandez's breaking ball's taken for a strike. Hernandez very much in control here as he came in relief of David Mendez. Mendez, 4 innings of work, not bad, only allowing 2 runs. As the curveball's hit out to left field, on the run is Godo. Not far enough as Godo comes away with it. Conolog for a minute thought he may have got himself a home run, but that baseball caught by the left fielder Godo as the Erie Tigers go quietly here in the 6th. Fort Morgan 6, Erie 3. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Mustangs baseball, B106, B106.com. Back here in Fort Morgan, Eddie Underwood Field, where the Mustangs lead 6-3. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Changes for the Tigers. Now out in left field, Zach Woodruff. Tyler Lee goes to center field. Kyle Leahy back to shortstop, and Brendan Toe, the left-handed arm, on the mound as we head to the bottom of the 6th. Mustangs with Nate Alexander, Justin Flug due up. Zach Woodruff, Tyler Lee, Taylor Dudley from left to right in the outfield. Third base, Dylan Ryder, Kyle Leahy at short, Colton Brink at second, Caleb Kreitz at first. Ryan Fesmeyer continues behind the plate. Brendan Toe, the new pitcher, a left-handed arm here for the Tigers as Nate Alexander steps in. Alexander this afternoon struck out in his first at-bat and reached on a walk in his second as he steps in. Bottom of the 6th inning, Mustangs lead by 3 as Alexander takes the first pitch, a fastball well high. Anticipate Alexander to take a strike here and see what kind of pitches Brendan Toe has to offer as the 1-0 pitch in the dirt, ball 2. Alexander taking all the way. The Mustangs catcher, Justin Flug, on deck. And Misael Franco due up third this inning. 2-0 pitch. Fastball at the knees, misses low, ball 3. 3-0 now the count on Nate Alexander, leading things off here for the Mustangs in the 6th inning. As the 3-0 pitch on the way from the left-hander Toe is a fastball at the belt, taken for a strike. Counts now 3-1 on Alexander. As the left-hander Brendan Toe winds up his 3-1 pitch. Hit and skied right side, called by the second baseman. As the second baseman, Colton Brink, makes the grab. It'll be the first out this inning for the Mustangs, and the fly out here by Alexander. Alexander, the right idea, trying to drive that right center field gap, just got under the baseball. Brink makes the out. As Justin Flug steps in. Flug, the Mustangs catcher, 0 for 2, struck out twice. As Brendan Toe winds up, delivers fastball inside part of the plate, strike 1. Misael Franco on deck. Matt Godo throwing in the bullpen here for the Mustangs. Not likely they'll need him, as efficient as Hernandez has been. The 0-1 pitch, a breaking ball, misses, ball 1. Counts now 1 ball, 1 strike. On Justin Flug, the Mustangs catcher. Fort Morgan leads 6-3. As Flug swinging on the 1-1 pitch, grounds it right side to the second baseman. Brink thrown on to first in time. And that'll do it for Flug on the ground out. 4-3 in the books. As Misael Franco steps in, Franco 0 for 1 this afternoon, struck out and walked in his last at-bat. David Mendez, if we get there, is on deck. Bottom of the 6th inning. Fort Morgan 6, Erie 3. 2 outs as Misael Franco steps in. The left-hander for Erie, Brendan Toe, delivers fastball at the knees, taken for a strike. Misael, the third baseman here this afternoon. As the left-hander Brendan Toe winds up, delivers his 0-1 pitch. Misael checks his swing. Able to hold up. Pitch is called for a ball. 1-1 now the count on Misael Franco. Bottom of the 6th inning, 2 outs. The left-hander's 1-1 pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2. Good fastball up at the letters. Misael bit on the pitch. Comes up empty. As he's now behind 1 ball, 2 strikes. As the 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed, strike 3. That'll do it for the Mustangs here in the 6th inning. As we head to the top half of the 7th inning, Mustangs need 3 outs for the win. Fort Morgan 6, Erie 3. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller back here. Eddie Underwood Field in Fort Morgan, where the Mustangs 3 outs away from their 7th win in a row. Good comeback here for the Mustangs as they trailed early 3-0, have fought all the way back, now lead 6-3. Colton Brink, the 9th hitter in the lineup, steps in, takes strike 1 on the breaking ball by Ulysses Hernandez. 9-1-2 in the batting lineup for the Tigers as Brink quickly behind, no balls, 1 strike. The leadoff hitter on deck, Brink's 0-1. Offering is grounded out to short. Fitzsimmons in time to Anderson. 1 out. Top of the 7th inning on the ground out. Well handled by Fitzsimmons on in time to Anderson. 1 out in this top half of the 7th inning as the leadoff hitter Dylan Ryder steps in. 0 for 2 is Ryder. He walked in his first at-bat, then flew out and grounded out. Hasn't got the ball out of the infield as Ulysses Hernandez winds up, delivers the pitch. A breaking ball swung on and missed. Nowhere close. Dylan Ryder got fooled on that breaking pitch. Hernandez jumps quickly ahead. No balls, 1 strike. On deck for the Tigers, Zach Woodruff. And if we get there, Ryan Fesmeyer. As the 0-1 pitch misses wildly by Hernandez all the way to the backstop. Count evens up, 1 ball, 1 strike. Mustangs answering the bell as they fell behind early in this baseball game 2-0. Erie added a 3rd run. And not much since as Fort Morgan's been well in control. Fort Morgan scoring 2 runs in the 4th, 4 in the 5th. As the 1-1 pitch misses, ball 2. Hernandez working quickly, but the umpire calls time as the hitter steps out. 2 balls, 1 strike the count. 1 out, top of the 7th inning. Fort Morgan leads 6-3. This Mustangs baseball team will be on the road Thursday afternoon, weather permitting. Closing up the Tri-Valley League Series at Erie. The 2-1 pitch to breaking ball misses, ball 3. 3-1 now the count. As Hernandez winds up, delivers, hit left side. Misael Franco dives, but not able to come up with it. It'll be a base hit for Ryder. As Godo collects it out in left field, throws it on into shortstop, and now second. A base hit. And runner on base here for the Tigers in the 7th inning. Ryder with the single will be at first base, held on by Anderson as the left-handed hitting Zach Woodruff steps in. Quick throw over by Hernandez, nothing doing as the runner's back easily. No tag even made there by Anderson. As Hernandez comes set, again a throw over, a wild one. Has the runner going, they've got him fooled, they tag him out. That'll be the 2nd out this inning. We saw that same play in Skyline High School. It was called for a balk, but that is a fake where the pitcher Ulysses Hernandez steps off, fakes a throw. Anderson sprints wildly like it's gone errant and down the line. The runner's fooled. Ulysses Hernandez is knocking on the doorstep, tags him out. It's the 2nd out this inning as the Mustangs trick play works on the faked botched pickoff attempt. As Hernandez makes the tag and put out and then quickly jumps ahead. No balls, 1 strike. as Hernandez tags out the base runner. And now is quickly behind. No balls, 2 strikes on Zach Woodruff. 2 outs, top of the 7th inning. Mustangs lead 6-3. 0-2 is the count. Payoff pitch. Fastball hit out to left field. Godo's got a beat on it. As it hits the wall, Godo's not able to come up with it. It'll be a double here for Woodruff as the throw comes in from Godo. Holds Woodruff out at second base. Godo had a beat on that baseball for a minute, then got turned around before it hit the warning track in the fence. It'll be a stand-up double for Zach Woodruff. He'll be out at second base. That run means nothing, with the Mustangs having the 3-run lead. We'll bring up the third hitter in the lineup, Ryan Fesmeyer. Fesmeyer 1 for 3 this afternoon. He had a ground rule double back in his first at-bat. It's been quiet since, with a strikeout and a ground out as Hernandez delivers the breaking ball, ball 1. Mustangs with a little trickery here in the 7th inning. Now have 2 outs. 1-0 is the count on the hitter with the runner out at second base as Hernandez tries to end this for the Mustangs. The 1-0 pitch fouled straight back. Counts now 1 ball, 1 strike. On the third hitter in the lineup here, Ryan Fesmeyer, the catcher for the Tigers. Fesmeyer 1 for 3. Hernandez 37 pitches, 24 for strikes, as he's been very effective in relief here today for the Mustangs, and actually is on the hook for the win. The 1-1 pitch, Hernandez delivers sidearm, fastball high and inside, ball 2. 2-1 the count. Mustangs defensively in the outfield playing straight away. Garver just a little bit shaded pull side. Misael back behind the bag at third. Fitzsimmons, Mendez straight up the middle. As the 2-1 breaking ball called, strike 2. Ryan Fesmeyer not even able to offer at the pitch as the scoreboard shows it. The lucky 2s. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Top of the 7th inning for Fort Morgan. As Hernandez sets, delivers the payoff pitch. Fastball fouled off. As things reset. 2 balls, 2 strikes for Ryan Fesmeyer. As Hernandez grabs the new baseball, now on the mound, signed from the Mustangs catcher Justin Flug. 2-2 pitch. Fastball belted out to right field. Hernandez lays out for Alexander, lays out for it in right field. Makes the grab, and that'll do it for the Mustangs. Great effort by Nate Alexander in right field. That low sinking line drive hit by Fesmeyer. Alexander dives, lays out for his ball club, makes the grab to end it. Mustangs victorious. That's now 7 wins in a row for Fort Morgan with a final score. Fort Morgan 6. Erie 3. We'll take a quick break. Be back with final numbers. You're listening to Mustangs Baseball, B106, B106.com. Josh Miller back here, Eddie Underwood Field in Fort Morgan, where the Mustangs victorious. Final score 6-3. Extend their winning streak to 7 here in Tri-Valley League play. Now 9-2 overall. That's good for second. As we run through some final numbers, today's postgame show brought to you by High Plains Bank in Wiggins. No matter what your loan needs, stop by High Plains Bank, 502 Central Avenue in Wiggins today. Also inquire about checking and savings accounts, as well as CDs at High Plains Bank in Wiggins. Final lines for the visiting Erie Tigers, 3 runs on 6 hits. They made 1 error, left 6 runners on base. For the home team, Mustangs victorious this afternoon. 6 runs, 4 hits, no errors, leaving 3 runners on base. This baseball game, an hour and 53 minutes, start to finish. As the visiting Tigers got ahead early on David Mendez. They scored 2 runs in that first inning, and then added a third in the third inning. As that was it for the Tigers, and the Mustangs scored 2 in the bottom half of the 4th, added 4 more in that 5th inning. And that was enough for the Mustangs to collect a win here this afternoon, as they've now won 7 in a row and now sit 9-2 overall in Tri-Valley League play, with much momentum heading into the Thursday matchup on the road at Erie before they'll meet a Roosevelt Ball Club on Saturday. and then wrap things up next Tuesday here at home, May 1st. The Mustangs, David Mendez going 4 innings. Solid work for David. Ran into a little trouble there early in the baseball game. Not common that we see that from the Mustangs pitcher, David Mendez, but in 4 innings of work, Mendez threw 83 pitches, allowing and giving up all 3 of those runs. As Ulysses Hernandez came in and was lights out. Ulysses Hernandez, 3 innings of work, is going to pick up the win. He only had to throw 41 pitches, did not give up a run, as he only gave up 2 hits, and the Mustangs here victorious. Final score, Mustangs 6, Erie Tigers 3. I'd like to thank our sound engineer, producer of Mustang Baseball, Trent Klimper, in the studio. I'm Josh Miller. As the Mustangs again victorious, it's getting nice to say on a regular basis as they've rattled off 7 in a row and look to pick up an 8th on Thursday. We'll have that game for you, 4 o'clock on B106 and B106.com. A pleasant good evening to you. We'll be back with you Thursday afternoon, 4 p.m. as Mustangs look to add another. Again, victorious here today, 6-3 the final score. You've been listening to Mustangs Baseball on B106, B106.com.